Everyone ignores this essential workout, and you might be making the same mistake. And it's right in front of your eyes, hidden among the popular options that don't deliver everything your body truly needs. The curious truth is that while many chase cardio or try countless diets, the exercise that could transform your complete health is being left behind. It's not just about building muscle or changing your appearance. It's about protecting your bones, joints, brain, and heart. This workout truly strengthens you, inside and out, with deep benefits that almost no one talks about. In this video, you'll uncover this mystery that most ignore, understand why it's so important, and learn how to start including this simple exercise in your routine to live stronger, healthier, and for much longer. Let's be honest. When someone thinks about getting in shape, the first image that usually comes to mind is a treadmill, sweat dripping, and someone gasping for air trying to keep pace. Cardio, for some curious reason, has become the darling of beginners, and even of many fitness veterans. It's as if running is synonymous with health. But here's an interesting fact, and even a bit controversial. There's a type of exercise the human body needs much more urgently, and yet most people completely overlook it. While everyone is chasing after burned calories and shredded abs, they forget there's a type of movement that once built civilizations. Strength. Yes, strength training is one of those modern mysteries. Everyone's heard of it, but few stop to understand why it's actually the foundation of full-body health. No exaggeration. Ignoring it could be costing you quality of life, energy, and longevity. What's most curious is how this neglect continues, even when logic screams the opposite. Just take a look at human history. Our ancestors didn't do planned cardio. They lifted, carried, pushed, and pulled things every single day. It was a matter of survival. In other words, the human body evolved to generate strength, not just endurance. Still, in gyms today, it's very common to see people spending 45 minutes running in place and completely ignoring the power of a properly done squat. The strangest part. Even those trying to lose weight forget that strength training speeds up metabolism, builds muscle that burns more energy, and shapes the body in a lasting way. There are so many people out there exhausted, frustrated with diets, thinking the problem is their food, when in reality it's the absence of smart strength training. And we're not talking about becoming a bodybuilder or lifting massive bars. Not at all. The point here is understanding that strength training is the only kind that truly stimulates the body's structural foundation. It's like reinforcing the pillars of a house. It strengthens bones, joints, muscles, and prepares the body to age with dignity. A practical example. A 70-year-old man who lifts regularly has a lower chance of falling, fracturing his hip, or developing conditions like sarcopenia. Meanwhile, a young person who only runs might seem healthy now, but is neglecting an essential base. That's not just a curiosity. It's a historical fact that keeps being ignored. And the most impressive thing is that, despite all these benefits, this type of exercise is still seen as optional. But is it really? Or are we staring at a powerful truth that's been left behind? One that might change everything when seen from a new perspective. A lot of people think strength training is just for building muscle and looking more toned. But that's just the tip of the iceberg. The truth is, this kind of exercise does way more than change how you look. It actually makes you stronger, from the inside out. When you lift weights, your whole body responds. Your bones get tougher, your joints become more stable, and even your posture improves without you realizing it. It's like your body knows it needs to protect itself and starts adjusting to work better. Here's an interesting fact. Even your grip, how firmly you hold things, gets stronger. And you know what that means. More independence in everyday life, especially as you get older. Kinda curious how such a simple exercise can have such a complete effect, right? Now imagine someone in their 60s or 70s who can still climb stairs, carry groceries, and even pick up their grandkid. That's not luck. That's the result of a body trained with strength. While many people start feeling aches or struggle to move as they age, those who do strength training have better mobility and more control over their bodies. And this works even if the person doesn't want to look muscular. Strength training isn't just about how you look on the outside, it changes what's going on inside. It's like an invisible armor, building up little by little. One of the biggest health mysteries is that most people only realize the value of strength after they've already lost it. But those who understand this early get more time, freedom, and quality of life. That's no exaggeration. It's backed by historical facts and modern science. And it's not just your body that benefits. Strength training also changes how you feel. After a few weeks, it's common to hear people say they feel more confident, more focused, they sleep better, and even handle stress more calmly. That's because your body and mind are connected. When you feel strong physically, your brain starts to believe it too. And little by little, you begin to face daily challenges with more courage. It's kind of amazing to think that lifting weights can even improve the way you think, right? But it's true. And it all starts with one simple step: adding this kind of training to your routine. And believe me, there's still a lot of hidden benefits behind this essential exercise. Ones that hardly anyone talks about. Some things you only believe after experiencing them yourself. And strength training is exactly like that. A lot of people may have heard it's good for you, but they have no idea how big of an impact it has inside the body. One of the greatest mysteries of lifting weights is that its biggest benefits don't show up in the mirror. Sure, you might see your muscles growing, but what it does on the inside is even more curious. For example, it helps regulate your blood sugar. That means when you lift weights, your body starts using glucose more efficiently. And that helps prevent diseases like type 2 diabetes. Here's an interesting fact. You don't have to be sick to start taking care of yourself. You start now and avoid surprises later. But the list doesn't stop there. Another hidden benefit, one almost no one talks about, is the impact strength training has on your brain. That's right. People who lift regularly often say they feel more focused, more clear-headed, mentally sharper, and even have better memory. And that's not just gym talk, that's backed by science. The effort your body makes during training activates parts of the brain tied to attention, organization, and emotional balance. Over time, these effects add up. It's like you're training your body and, as a bonus, getting a mental upgrade. Curious how a physical workout can make your mind feel lighter, right? Especially in a world where everyone's distracted, anxious, and mentally drained. Strength training almost becomes a kind of therapy. And the most impressive part, no one tells you this. Most people still think working out is just for losing weight or getting buff. But what almost no one sees, and what science is already very clear about, is that lifting changes your entire system from the inside out. It's like it quietly puts everything in its place. Hormones, metabolism, thoughts, energy. While the mirror doesn't show much, your whole body is saying thank you. And honestly, that should be front-page news, don't you think? But because the results are quiet, not flashy, not something you post online in a before and after photo, they often get ignored. But the ones who understand this secret gain a kind of power that few others do. And the most interesting part, this power goes way beyond what most people expect. Especially when you realize this kind of exercise can even protect your heart. When people talk about heart health, almost everyone immediately thinks of running, biking, or some kind of workout that makes you sweat a lot. And yes, those exercises help a lot. But here's a curious detail that most people don't know. Strength training is also amazing for your heart. That's right. The kind of exercise you do with weights, even without moving around much, can be just as powerful as running for miles. During strength training, your body is pushed hard in a short time. That makes your heart beat faster, your blood flow improve, and your body learn to handle effort better. Here's an interesting fact that almost no one talks about. Lifting weights also boosts your fitness level. The secret is in how the workout is done. When someone uses heavy weights, takes short breaks between sets, and changes the exercises smartly, the heart is really put to work. This increases something called VO2 max, which is your body's ability to use oxygen efficiently. In other words, you gain more endurance, energy, and stamina without having to run a marathon. It's kind of surprising how something that looks still, like lifting weights, can activate the heart and circulation so strongly. Some people start training just to fix their posture or gain muscle and end up shocked at how much better their blood pressure, cholesterol, and heart rate become. And this isn't guesswork, it's backed by science. Another thing most people don't know is that strength training also helps reduce stress, and that directly affects your heart. When you train, your body releases chemicals that help you relax, balance your hormones, and release built-up tension. And less stress means less risk of heart problems. It's like strength training hits a reset button on your body. You walk out tired but calm, sweaty but light, and your heart is thankful. Here's something even more interesting. Many studies already show that people who do strength training have a lower risk of heart disease, even without doing traditional cardio. That breaks a long-standing myth that's still very common. And if strength training is powerful enough to protect your heart, just imagine what else it can do if you had to choose only one kind of exercise for the rest of your life. If someone came up to you today and said, "Pick just one type of exercise to do for the rest of your life," what would you choose? Most people would think of running, swimming, or something that burns calories fast. But here's an interesting fact that might change your answer. Strength training is the most complete form of exercise out there. It doesn't just shape your body on the outside, it protects everything on the inside too. Muscles, bones, joints, brain, and even the heart. It's curious how most people still think lifting weights is just about getting strong. But when you look at the data, the studies, and real-life examples, you realize it's the kind of training that truly prepares your body to age well, live with energy, and handle daily life without limitations. Think about it. What are you going to need most as the years go by? The stamina to run for miles? Or the strength to get up from the floor, carry things, climb stairs, and stay balanced? The answer lies in everyday moments. When you do strength training, you're practicing real-life movements, getting up, pushing a heavy door, holding your own body weight. These are basic but essential actions. That's why many health professionals say, if you had to pick just one, this would be the smartest choice. Not only for physical function but also for the mental health benefits. Strength training boosts self-esteem, lowers the risk of depression, and gives you that great feeling of accomplishment. It's almost therapeutic. And the best part, it doesn't require much time or fancy equipment. And you don't have to make it complicated. To see real results, you can use your own body weight, water bottles, or simple dumbbell exercises. What matters most is staying consistent. And here's a curious fact. The more you train for strength, the less effort it takes to maintain your progress. That's because muscles speed up your metabolism, protect against injuries, and even help control your appetite. While cardio demands high frequency to keep results, strength training gives you more freedom. It's like building a solid foundation. You can even take a short break and your body stays strong for longer. And in the end, if your goal is to live well with health, energy, and independence, there's really no competition. Strength training is the only exercise that delivers it all in one package. And once you realize that, everything starts to make a lot more sense. After everything you've seen, there's one question left. Why do so many people still ignore the most powerful exercise for the body? Isn't it time to change that story? Curious to find out how strength can truly transform your health? Tell me in the comments. What was the most surprising fact you discovered? And if you already do strength training, what changes have you noticed in your life? Want to keep uncovering mysteries and curiosities that can revolutionize the way you live? Then don't forget to subscribe to the channel and hit the bell to get all the updates. After all, knowledge is power. And here we want you to have as much of it as possible to live better, stronger, and happier. See you in the next video.